Is India being forced to choose between Washington and Moscow, or can it maintain its strategic autonomy indefinitely?
Thank you very much for having me in this interesting discussion. So I think that it is the time and it is the changing priorities of the Moscow and Washington, in which India has been revolving around, and I think that India has been the mean that the
We seem to be having some connectivity issues with Mr. Sambal. We're going to try and work it out. But Mr. Markov, Lavrov's recent talks with Jaishankar focus on preparing for the annual summit in December. How does Moscow interpret the simultaneous progress of the US-India trade talks, and does Russia perceive this as a strategic pivot or a challenge to the bilateral relationship?
Russia see this improving of India-Russia relationship and India-US relationship as a normal thing. As we understand, President of the United States, Donald Trump, made some political mistake when he started to threaten to India. And as a result, the reaction from government of India and from Prime Minister of India was very negative. And Prime Minister Modi told directly that this pressure from United States absolutely not acceptable for India. And now Donald Trump understood his mistake, and he now moved from demands from India to diminished buying of oil from Russia to the asking them to do this. This is more polite and more respectable policy of United States, automatically led to the improving of US-India relationship. It's normal. But same time, this crisis in relation between India and United States show to Indian government and to Indian society that India cannot strongly rely on the constant, polite and respectable attitude from United States of America. That's why India understands more that India needs in such situation to have for sure good relations with other countries, and Russia are one of the main among them. So it's a normal situation, and the situation result of such crisis in India-US relationship, which now more or less changed by Donald Trump.
Mr. Sumbal, we are back with you over the phone. Can New Delhi benefit economically from both Washington and Moscow without paying a political price?
I don't think so that New Delhi has in a position right now, because you see that the United States has been pushing India continuously. If we see that Donald Trump, that policy towards India is very harsh. He's pushing India at one side to buy the agricultural products. On the other hand, there are going to be some sort of the very new sanctions that yesterday Donald Trump announced that the United States will put sanctions on those countries who have been trading oil from Russia. So I think that Russia, especially for India, it's a quite difficult time now to balance and benefits while keeping their ties with Moscow and Washington stable.
Well, Mr. Markov, India understands that it needs to make deals with both countries, but is Moscow concerned, even if not now, maybe on the long term, on the long run, would Moscow be concerned rather that India's rush towards a US trade deal could weaken their strategic trust?
Of course, there are some concern, but about something Russia sure. Russia sure that India will be independent country. Russia sure that India will not follow demands and orders from Washington or from London, from Brussels, and so on. And Russia sure that India very profitable because of the trade with Russia, first of all by Russian oil, but also by Russian weaponry, and also by opening Russian economy for the goods from India. So Russia sure that this will be decision of India to continue relationship with Russia, including oil trade relationship. This is for sure. But some concern connected that India, by big geopolitical geography, appear to be in the competition with China. And because United States are also a big competitor, global competitor to China, India and the United States has a kind of objective reasons for the more cooperation and more political dialogue. This can create problem for Russia because, as you may know, United States one of the mostly big aggressor against Russia, and so this is concern, and also another issue about the characters of trade. Now Russia has problems with rupee, with Indian money, because according to the India law, Russian commercial firms should buy, not cannot just take this money from India. They should buy something in India. There are not so many which India can buy. And now tremendous money, almost 100 billions of dollars, generally of Russian money, stay in rupee on the India territory. And such negotiation continue already a few times. Now it looks like that they try to find some solution, but according to information from Russian media, the general solution didn't found yet. This should be resolved. It's one of the concerns.
Mr. Sambal, a lot of political observers and commentators are reportedly saying that India is using its relationship with Russia as a diplomatic lever. Now, in what specific areas had this lever been most effective, particularly amidst the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war and Western pressure?
Yes, I think that is a very important thing, and I think that if you might heard about this recently, the United States also pushed India. The U.S. Defense Secretary has made some statements that India is going to have a very strong defense cooperation with the United States. So simultaneously, we see that India have a very strong defense and strategic cooperation with Russia. We saw the Russian oil. Russian oil is one of that commodity in which I think that India has benefited a lot, and not only benefited, but I think that the Russian oil has been gone through Europe and to the United States, through Indians' hands. So in terms of making the relation between the Russia, because you know that Russia, China, and India are part of the global South, and there is a very strong demand and the desire around the world that the global South is rising. So India has a lot of potential to come and to have cooperation in this bloc and simultaneous to balance this relation with United States.